people, welcome back to Purvikip Pravachan. This one is for IFS Chapter 2, which is Financial Markets. And firstly, this is like a very easy peasy chapter. You will have to by heart like just few points, maybe just understand them. You don't even have to by heart them, and हर आंसर में वही डालना है. मजाक से हट के हर आंसर में वही पॉइंट्स है, ठीक है. Okay, so starting from meaning of financial market. Financial market क्या होता है? It's basically a place where the financial instruments are bought and sold. And why is this done? So that the company and the government can raise money or raise funds. And this basically helps to facilitate smooth flow of funds. Okay. Next up, we have the importance. Now, listen, this one is like something important because when you understand these points, you can literally re-repeat these two other answers. Okay. The first importance of financial market is capital formation. Basically, financial markets help business and government raise capital. Companies issue shares, bonds, treasury bills, and collect fund. These funds are basically used for the expansion and the development of the company. Next, we have risk management. Investors can reduce risk by investing into different assets. Assets include share, bonds, and commodities. Future and option helps protect investors from losses. Okay, the third point is price discovery. Now, price discovery is also repeated everywhere. Price discovery basically refers to determining the prices of the financial assets. How do they determine the prices? With the help of demand and supply, and this therefore ensures the safe price settings. Next, we have liquidity. Invest Investors can quickly buy and sell securities. Financial assets can be easily converted into cash. It gives easy access to money whenever required. Next is economic growth. When we are providing so much funds and everything, automatically there will be an economic growth because businesses will grow, employment will grow, and everything will happen, right? So this is the same thing here. Financial market provides funds to businesses and industries. Investment help increase production and employment. This supports overall economic growth of the country. And then we have the functions of financial market, which is similar to whatever I just now read, but in different terminology. That's it. So the first function is mobilization of funds. Basically, the financial market collects money from the people and gives it to the businesses and industry, whoever requires it. This basically makes sure that the money is used for the productive purposes only, and this increases investment and automatically increases the economic growth, right? Next is price determination. Just like the price discovery, what we discussed, prices depend on demand and supply. Prices of shares and securities are decided in the financial market. More the demand increases the prices, less the demand lowers the prices. This helps to maintain the fair price. Okay. Then we have liquidity. What is liquidity? Where the money can be easily converted to cash. I mean, when the asset or the investment can be easily converted to cash. Okay. And shares and securities can be bought and sold easily. Investors can access money whenever needed because it can be converted into cash. They can literally get back the money whenever it's required. Easy access. Investors and companies can easily connect with each other. Tran Being an influencer, I'm so okay with telling transition for everything at this point. Okay. Transactions can happen quickly and online also. This saves time, money, and efforts. Financial market provides a common platform for both buyers and sellers. This is why it makes it as a easy access because you can literally access this over your phone also. Okay, next we have the structure of financial markets. Okay, now financial market का structure क्या है? Money market, capital market. Capital market के अंदर आता है primary and secondary. ठीक है, अब इसका ना I will give you the detailed description of all the four of these. So now what happens is जब तुम्हें अगर पूछा जाता है structure के बारे में लिखना है तो all you write is पहले तुम मनी मार्केट का मीनिंग लिखोगे, फिर उसका फीचर्स लिखोगे, एंड उसके बाद में एक दो एग्जांपल्स या तीन चार एग्जांपल्स लिख देना, डिपेंड्स ऑन द अमाउंट ऑफ फीचर्स यू राइट एंड द क्वांटिटी ऑफ आंसर यू वांट टू राइट. ठीक है, so I'll give you detailed explanation of all the four of them, and they can ask you any question from here and there, and basically you can answer all of them with the help of the four descriptions that I'll be giving you. Okay, starting off with the meaning of money market. Money market क्या होता है? It's basically a segment of financial market जहाँ पे जो भी borrowing और lending of money होता है ना, that is only for a short period, and that short period is basically 1 year of time, and this is low risky. Okay? And now what are its features? Pehla, short term transaction. Second is high liquidity. Third, low risk. Fourth is quick conversion into cash. Okay. Now the importance of money market. First one, it provides short term funds. It helps businesses and government meet short term financial requirements. Second is maintains liquidity. So it always has a good amount of cash flow so that it keeps balancing the demand and the supply of the funds. Next is short support trade and industry, provides working capital for industries and commercial activities, helps in monetary policy, assists RBI in controlling credit, liquidity, and interest rates, encourages economic growth. Again, it promotes investment, production, and employment, therefore, that increases the economic growth. And utilization of surplus funds allows institution and investors to invest ideal money into something that's profitable. Basically, productive purposes में money को use लेना. Next is safe investment avenue, provides low risk investment opportunities with stable returns. Continuous availability of funds ensures that the funds are available whenever required for a short period of time. Okay? Next, we have the types of basically the instruments of it. Okay, so the first instrument is treasury bills issued by the government of India. These are short term in nature and they are safe instruments. There's one of the safest instrument basically, and their maturity period is 91 days, 182 days, and 364 days. Okay. Now, what are commercial bills? They are written in order to pay a fixed amount on a future date, used for trade and business purposes. Commercial paper, unsecured short term promissory notes issued by the company for used for working capital needs. Next is certificate of deposits issued by bank and financial institutions, fixed maturity period and fixed interest rate होता है इसका. Next we have bankers acceptance, bill guaranteed by a bank, commonly used in international transactions or international trade. Repo and reverse repo, short term borrowings and lending using government securities, used by RBI to control liquidity in the market. Next is call money or notice money, very short term loans between the banks, usually for one. It's the time period is basically 1 दिन से लेके 14 दिन के बीच का. Okay, the next topic is capital market. Capital market का सबसे पहले we have the meaning. What is the meaning of capital market? It is also one of the segments of financial market, but here the transaction happen for a long term. That's all. Money market is short term, capital market is long term. That's the only difference. And the other thing is उधर low risk है, इधर high risk है. Okay, and this is more than 1 year. And then we have the features. Long term financing, higher returns, higher risk than money market, mobilizes savings into investments. Okay? Now we have the importance. Again, I'm telling you, all the points are just repeated with new terms. I'm going to read them out. Whichever is repeated, I'll give you a very brief explanation. Which is new, I'll get into a little detail. Okay? Capital formation, the same thing that businesses can raise long term capital, therefore, it helps them to develop and expand their business. Mobilization of savings, transfer of savings from investors to productive sectors in the economy. Economic growth and development, it promotes industrial growth and employment and national income. And provides investment opportunities, offer various options like shares, bonds, debentures for the investors. इधर एक point अलग है, which is it provides various options. Liquidity of investment, investors can buy and sell securities easily in the market. Encourages industrial development, industries get fund for research, production, and modernization. Proper utilization of funds ensures efficient allocation of financial resources. And then continuous availability of funds is basically it provides continuous flow of long term finances in the economy. Supports government projects, this also helps the government projects, which is through bonds and securities. Okay, next up we have the types of capital market. This is primary market and secondary market. Now the thing about this is they can ask you a question separately on primary market as well as secondary market, or they can ask you to write the types of capital market that will involve primary and secondary both. So I will get into the detailed part of it again. I won't give you the basic description, because if you know the detail, then you can just copy paste the same thing in short way onto your whatever question they ask, right? Okay, so what is a primary market? It is also known as a new issue market. Reason being, this is a place where the companies issue their shares or the securities for the first time. And you might have heard about IPOs, right? That's basically what this is. IPO refers to initial public offering, and companies basically raise fresh capital through this market. Okay. Now the importance of this is, launches new securities. It introduces new shares and securities into the financial system. This is the same as the meaning. Helps to raise capital. Again, companies and government raise funds for expansion and development. Encourages investments. Provides opportunities for investors to invest in new ventures, because the company is issuing for the first time. So this also gives the investors an opportunity to invest into new startups and new ventures. Capital formation mobilizes savings into productive investments. Price discovery, again, the same thing. With the help of demand and supply, they come up with the initial price of the security. The sixth point is economic growth. Basically, the companies get fund, therefore, it helps in productive purposes, industrial growth, etc., etc. Therefore, it helps in economic growth. Okay. Then we have investors information, which is basically that IPO provides details like profitability, liquidity ratio, debt equity ratio. Creates employment, because the business is getting funds now, it's getting money now, it'll expand, it'll grow, it'll need more people to work there. Therefore, it creates employment. Okay, next we have the role of primary market in the new issue market. Basically, the first point is raising fresh capital, which basically refers to the company is for the first time issuing the securities in the financial market. Therefore, it helps them raise new capital, fresh capital. The second is direct link between companies and investors. Fund go directly from investors to the company. There is no middleman or something here. The next is financing expansion, which is basically that money raised is used for new projects, expansion, modernization, repayment of debt. And then we have underwriting process. Underwriting basically refers to, a underwriter is a person who promises that if in case there's like a particular percentage, okay, that you are supposed to have when you, like, people are supposed to buy from you when you initially invest or initially issue the securities. Now what happens is, sometimes there are not enough people who buy those shares of yours, so the underwriters do the task. They will basically purchase it from you. Okay, that's what underwriters do. So basically, investment banks and underwriters help companies issue new securities successfully, so that they meet the सेबी का जो भी टर्म, मतलब वो क्या बोलते हैं भाई, the rule, whatever is the rule, they meet that. Okay, price determination is helps to determine the price of the shares with the help of demand and supply in the market. Ensure legal compliances. SEBI regulations ensure transparency and investors protection. They basically protect the investors from getting cheated on types. And then creates new investment opportunities. Investors can buy newly issued share before they enter the secondary market. Okay, that's it. So in this, I will tell you most of the points were repeated. Okay, next up we have the secondary market. Now, what is secondary market? Primary market was a place where it was being issued for the first time. Secondary market is जो already issue हो चुका है, they are reissuing the securities. Okay, that's secondary market. And here, the securities are not directly purchased from the company. Trading place takes place between investors through stock exchanges. For a very basic example, they have given National Stock Exchange and Bombay Stock Exchange. Next, the features. First feature is liquidity. Investors can easily buy and sell securities. Second is continuous trading. Trading takes place regularly during market hours. Like the stock market, if you see, people are always on their phone, like, "Abhi kya hoga, abhi kya hoga?" Why? Because it keeps regularly taking place, I mean, continuously taking place throughout the day until the market timings. And then price discovery, same thing. The prices are determined by the market forces like demand and supply. Investor protection is that सभी regulatories के through जो भी rules and regulations आते हैं, therefore the stock exchange follows all these stuffs and it protects the investors. Accessibility is investors can trade through brokers and online platforms, encourages investment. Easy buying and selling attracts more investors. Marketability. Securities can be quickly converted into cash. Transparency. Information about prices and trades is publicly available. Like I told you in the earlier place where you get to know the details about the company, it's the same thing that transparency is maintained. When the company is giving you all the information, now it becomes easy for you to decide, do you want to invest or not, is it profitable or not, the analyzation part of it. We are left with one last thing in this, which is the role of stock market in stock trading. Meaning of stock market is a platform where shares and securities are bought and sold. It helps companies raise fund and allows investors to trade securities. Now the role of stock market. First one, it facilitates buyer and seller. It basically provides us a platform where we can buy and sell securities, and then helps in capital formation. क्यों क्योंकि companies can raise funds now, therefore it helps in capital formation. Next is provides liquidity. Again, it can easily convert investments into cash, and there is no restriction on when to buy, when to sell. So an investor can buy and sell as per their convenience. And then price determination, the same thing. Demand and supply के through price determine किया जाता है for the shares. Encourages investments, attracts domestic and foreign investors. Wealth creation, investors can earn profit through price appreciation and dividends. Economic development supports growth of industries and businesses, therefore, that leads to economic development because it provides employment, it does this, it does that. Regulated market. SEBI regulates stock exchange for fair trade practices. This is the same thing, protecting investors का जो था ना उसी के related है ये भी. Investment opportunities, it provides different options like shares, bonds, derivatives. And the major stock exchange in India is National Stock Exchange, Bombay Stock Exchange. Thank you so much, guys. We are done with the chapter, and I guess this was one of the easiest chapter because all you have to do now is sit and memorize the points, just the whole points. Because when you know the points, right, under secondary market ये आएगा, liquidity आएगा, economic growth आएगा, say protecting उनका interest आएगा, price determination आएगा, and वही और कुछ तो था. Basically the same points are repeated. This is an easy chapter. Make sure you read all the pointers clearly so that you'll remember all of them. I will try posting the pointers on the YouTube shorts because if not in the video, it's not really going to suit in anywhere because you just listen to the explanation, and after the explanation, check out the YouTube short and you'll have all the pointers given off there. So that'll be really helpful for you guys. And yeah, follow up for more. I'll be posting up chapter 3 soon. I hope if I get time because I have to study. And yeah, all the best. See you in my next video. Bye bye. And thank you for watching Purvi Ke Pravachan. I hope that was very helpful for you. Bye bye.